Okay, we are live, and I'm surprised that you guys are complaining about me being like less than a minute long. Like, can you guys not wait a little bit? I'm a little bit late. 2 minutes late. 1 minute late. Okay, Katie, 1 minute late. The recluse is saying 2 minutes late. Katie's saying 1 minute late. Guys, I have spoiled you. I have spoiled the live chat by being on time so many times because other streamers show up like half an hour late, 15 minutes late, 10 minutes late, and I think like I have been too good to you. I think I should like hold back a little bit. I should hold back a little bit. Like, are you guys seriously complaining about 2 minutes? Are you guys really seriously complaining? Oh, Soha is saying thank you. Audio is great. AJ is saying audio is good. Thank you guys. No, maybe I should. Maybe you should, guys should start watching Apostate Prophets live streams a little bit more. So you get used to somebody showing up half an hour late. So when you're here, you stop complaining about me being late. How about that? How about you guys do that, huh? I'm telling you, you guys are not used to watching live streams, are you? Like there's like 20 minutes, like there's music playing and everybody's just chatting for 20 minutes, half an hour in the live chat until the streamer shows up, and you guys like, where's Armin? Like, why is he 1 minute late? Okay, you guys don't know how the streaming, how what's the typical behavior in the streaming world. And yeah, I've been spoiling. I thought like I'm gonna be that guy that shows up close to the time that this is planned, and you guys like, oh, we're like, yeah. So sorry, I spoiled you. I'm not again. I'm not gonna do this for you guys anymore. You know what? I'm gonna show up like 10 minutes late next time, just to like. No, I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, you guys saw what happened in Vienna, right? You guys saw what happened in Vienna. Oh, here, Idris is saying exactly. Hold back. Skinner Box tell us it should make your audience more addicted to your live streams. That's science. Okay, close enough. All right. Okay, so guys, this Vienna thing happened. Oh, wait a minute. Let me close this stuff so that you guys don't see what I do. Um, and that's we need to cover this. We need to cover this, and we need to take. I mean, I don't know if you guys are here for the obvious takes. Let's get the obvious takes behind. Put it behind us. Actually, let's first play this, and for people who do not know what happened. But obviously, we are going to. This is like we're gonna call it what this is. Okay, based on all the evidence so far, this was an Islamic, not Islamist, Islamic terror attack, and it was an Islamic terror attack. Okay, that it should be called what it is, and we do call it. But that's the obvious points that we're gonna have, right? But let's actually, for the people who do not know what happened, let's play this. How many people died? 4 or 5? Was it 4 or 5? Yeah, it's Islamic terror. There's no. It's not Islamist. Yes, thank you, Katie. It's Islamic, because these people that are trying to say that this is Islamist, they're trying to not use the word Islamic, so that there's a difference between Islam and Islamism. So make sure you do not call these attacks Islamist. Make sure you call it Islamic, because Islamism and Islam are not two separate things. Okay, let me teach you guys how this works, okay? What they're trying to do is they're trying to create something called political Islam, where they define it as Islamism. This is like a Majid Nawaz kind of trick as well. Okay? You have Islam and you have Islamism. You're like, what is Islamism? I'm like, oh, that's political Islam. Political Islam, as opposed to non political Islam? Have you morons read the Quran and the Hadith? What the fuck is non political Islam? Islam is political by nature. Okay? There is no Islamism. It's just Islam. It's just Islam. Okay? It's Islam. Okay? So again, this was not an Islamist terror attack. This was an Islamic terror attack. So get this right. Okay? Let's watch this video. Hold on. Let me see if I could fix this.
Is underway. A massive manhunt is underway in Austria as police search for those behind a suspected Islamist terror attack in Vienna. 4 people were killed when at least one gunman opened fire in the city centre. Another 17 people were wounded. The attack happened yesterday evening as people gathered in bars and restaurants hours before the enforcement of new coronavirus restrictions. The Interior Minister, Karl Nehammer, has described one of the gunmen who was shot dead by police as an Islamic State sympathiser. Another possible attacker is still being hunted and a suspect has been arrested. People have been urged to avoid central Vienna as leaders around the world have condemned the attack. This report is from Mark Lebel.
By the way, we must admit that UAE, unlike these other Islamic countries, has been very good at condemning these attacks outright, without any ifs or buts. So, congrats to UAE for getting this stuff right.
Austrian police order people to take cover. News of an incident emerged just before 8 last night, with reports of several gunmen armed with rifles opening fire in 6 locations. One witness recalls what he saw.
We didn't know what was going on, to be honest. The only thing we heard of was the firecrackers, the sound of firecrackers. And then we only saw what happened sort of afterwards. We saw there were policemen in the street next to our restaurant. We saw there were ambulance, lining up next to our restaurant. We saw there were victims who seemed harmed in a way.
It unfolded in a vibrant district of Vienna, opposite a synagogue which was closed at the time. It's not clear if that was a target.
Yes, when I heard synagogue, even before I knew that this was an Islamic attack, I was like, oof.
It comes a night before a new 8 p.m. coronavirus curfew kicks in for cafes and restaurants there. Austria's chancellor has called it a repulsive terror attack.
Guys, by the way, even though we call this Islamic, not Islamist, we have to admit that this is becoming a little bit more honest than we used to. Like the fact that Islam is even here in the title, is is pretty good.
We are living here in Austria and particularly in Vienna through difficult hours. We are victims of an appalling terrorist attack in our capital, which is still ongoing.
Wait, who is this guy? Chancellor of Austria? Really? This guy's 15.
Victims of an appalling terrorist attack in our capital, which is still ongoing.
You guys make teenagers run your country?
I want to thank the emergency services. They're risking their lives to secure our safety.
Boris Johnson has tweeted that he is deeply shocked by the terrible attacks, telling the people of Austria the UK stands united with them against terror. Police are still searching.
Hey, Boris Johnson didn't delay, unlike last time with France. Good thing he didn't delay this time.
Searching for at least one suspect still at large. They're urging people to stay at home or avoid public transport if they're out on the streets. Austria's Interior Minister described this as the hardest day for the country for several years. As the manhunt continues for at least one heavily armed and dangerous attacker,
Hey, it's just joking. I wasn't shaming him. Jesus Christ. The unknown is saying stupid, shaming people for their appearance. It's a joke. Come on, don't take it so seriously. Fucking hell. I wasn't criticizing him for that.
Special forces are
Did I shame him for that? I didn't shame him. Where was the shaming? Where was the shame? When did I shame him? God damn it, chill. They tell me to chill, and this is the comments I get.
also looking beyond the capital. Mark Lobel, BBC News.
Idris, good point. Idris is saying because France blasphemed, perhaps condemning Austria maybe was less risky. Condemning Austria, condemning the attack on Austria was less risky. Maybe.
And let's speak now to Eric Fry, who is senior editor at Der Standard newspaper, and he is in Vienna. Eric, thanks very much for your time this morning. Are we any clearer this morning about the number of suspects that police are looking for?
No, we're not. What we know is that the reports that came out last night that there may be 6 attackers on the way was probably wrong. And the likelihood is that it was a single attacker who was doing the shooting yesterday.
See, like, this is it. They see the comments. See, this is fun. This is joke. We all know Armin is jealous because he only looks 12 years old. Actually, I think like telling people they look young, I thought that was a compliment. I didn't know that was like a yes, sir. Yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
Whether there is a accomplice who is now actually armed and at large is unclear. But the police statements and the statements of the Interior Minister rather sound that they think it's just one person, but they like to find out more.
Okay, here's a good question. Have the Jordanians or Lebanese made any statements yet? Yeah, I don't know. Anybody knows?
About his background and the people and his network. So the people who have been also detained this morning and questioned seem to be.
Holy crap! Is this Frivo guy? Is this defending them? Frivo, like, are you like I don't know. Maybe this guy's a troll. Holy crap! Imagine if he's not a troll. What? Okay. Sometimes I become selfish, but you have a pure golden heart. Wow. That's a major compliment that I did not expect today, but thank you.
Not involved in the shooting like last night directly, but seem to have contact with him and his Islamist background.
So the authority.
What is this? Aryan is saying, I hate it when people say terror has no religion. Ah, yes, the attacks were carried out by Atheist Republic. Oof, be careful, don't use that word. Yeah, I mean, people say like, oh, the same people that say, oh, terror have no religion, make fun of people who say, guns don't kill people, people kill people, right? They're like, oh yeah, people kill people, but guns make it easier to kill people. So we're like, these are a little leftists say that, like, okay, what, are you serious? Yes, guns don't kill people, okay? People kill people, but people without guns kill less people, okay? That's what leftists say. We're like, okay, exactly, yeah, it's not, people kill also without religion, but people kill more with religion. It's like a weapon. So if they get that, why can't they get this?
Clearly have some level of information about the gunman who was shot dead, given what they've said this morning. Have they been able to search any properties or carry out any other searches which have led them to make this statement?
Yes, they will. Immediately, somehow they identified the person. They found his apartment, which is in a working class district in Vienna. They broke it open, and there apparently they found signs for his sympathy for the Islamic State, for radical Islamism. And what they know now is he's 20 years old. He has a criminal record, so he has been known to the police.
Yeah, and he was arrested, and then he was let go. Wait, was he known to have connections to terror groups?
But this is about all that we know. We don't know where he got his guns and his weapons from.
Qasim is saying there are terror verses in the Quran. There is no extremistic Islam, as there is no political Islam. Islam is extremist person. Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's the basic. Sometimes I feel like, are we going to really say that? I mean, like, I think everybody here is familiar with how pro-violence Islam is to the core. Like, sometimes, like, people say, like, oh, Islam is violent. And, like, guys, like, are you, like, yes, this is like Atheist Republic 15 years ago, right? I mean, I think we all have this kind of understanding here that we don't need to repeat those.
And we don't know whether he has been actually involved in any kind of political activity before.
Tell us more, Eric, about the area where this attack began last night.
Well, it was apparently the first shooting happened right in front of the main synagogue in Vienna. So it seems like that this was actually the target. But this area is also one of the main party and club and cafe districts and going out.
Okay, Aryan is saying, I'm not being racist here, but should all Chechens be vetted before entering a room? No, I mean, again, it shouldn't be based on country or ethnicity or even religion. It should be based on skill sets, values, and education.
Districts in Vienna.
And strict. And if you cannot prove that these are your skill set, values, and education, then I'm sorry, we're gonna need to leave the room for someone else.
And last night it was full.
Again, that's not anti-humanist, because if you don't get in, somebody else does. Okay, people are like, oh, why are you having such a strict standards? We can't be like, these people need it. Yeah, but like if you have a limited number, let's say like you're letting 10,000 people in, and somebody who has actually good values, they cannot prove that they support these values. If they don't get in, it's unfortunate for them, but it's like you already had a set number, so you didn't get in, but somebody else did. So that set number did not change. So it's not less humanist to be very strict with people being able to prove the values that they stand for.
Because this is the last evening before the curfew kicks in, and
And yes, no criteria is going to be like 100% bulletproof. Some people will slip in, but it's just going to reduce it by a lot.
the weather was nice, the weather was warm, so there were hundreds, thousands of people on the streets and in cafes and bars. And the shooting happened right in this vicinity. So he went from one place to the next, or he was running or escaping, shooting at various places. And all this was a place with a lot of people on the street and a lot of activity. He didn't get very far. Basically 15 minutes, 20 minutes after the first emergency call, police was there, and they stopped him, and they shot him dead. So the police intervention came very fast and saved probably a lot of lives.
Okay, Eric, thank you.
Let me see what you guys are saying. Cretin is saying, always makes my name sound so French that I feel a connection to France. Okay. All right, guys. So here's something that we want to evaluate, okay? So this is like, there's not much more details on this. Obviously, this was horrific, and obviously it was Islamic. I don't know. The reaction to this is much less compared to France. I guess people are getting used to this news. There hasn't been that many updates yet. I was waiting to see if there's any Islamic channels that are going to respond to this, but they didn't until this happened. I mean, it happened right away, actually, but this was the day after, okay? Do you guys see this? There were two Muslim men who saved some people in Vienna from terror attacks, okay? There were two Muslim men who sacrificed, I think, their own lives. Like this Muslim guy was doing like these terror attacks, but there were two other Muslim men who went out of their way to try to, well, let's see what happened, right? You guys saw this one? Has anybody seen? I saw Pyro already knew about this. Does anybody, I want to know how many other people knew about these Muslim men who actually sacrificed their own lives to save people? Do you guys hear about these two Muslim men? Anybody? No? Okay, Cretin saying no, I didn't know. Anybody else knew? Nope. Basim is saying nope. Alright. So, here. Derek also saying, I read this but didn't see the video. No, yeah, not the video, just the news. Okay, so yes, no, no. Yes. Oh, I did. Yeah, two Turkish UFC guys. Okay, so like, oh yeah, Deborah is, hey Deborah. I saw something about it. Deborah saw, okay, so it wasn't like as hidden as some Muslims claim to be. Like some Muslims were claiming that this was like, nobody was covering this. So I was just trying to see. Idris didn't know. Oh, Katie knew. Katie saw an article about it. So wow, a good portion of you actually knew. So it's not like something that, because I saw a lot of Muslims were saying that, oh, why is this not getting any attention? But some of you already saw this. Oh, really? I didn't know actually this. Wait, hold on. It jumped up. One of the Turkish guys were shot. Amani saying, I heard about it, but I am in Europe, so I don't know if the news come in the US or Canada. Pyro saying it was on Reddit yesterday. Aryan is saying, yeah, I know they are heroes, MMA fighters. News here has been flooded with US election. Yeah, but among the people who saw the Vienna attacks on the news, I wonder how many of you saw that about this angle of it. So let's watch this video. And I'm going to analyze this video of these two Muslim guys actually being genuine heroes and trying to save people. And watch me have the only correct take on it. Okay? Nobody else. Okay? Here's the thing, guys. Class, pay attention. Okay? Muslims, many Muslim Islamic channels would try to sell Islam to you. Many anti-Islam channels are going to try to sell bigotry to you. Okay? Here at Atheist Republic, you know what we're selling? We're selling happiness. We're selling objectively analyzing society and coming up with the ideas that help the highest number of people be happy, no matter what they believe in, even if they're idiots. Even if they're idiots, okay? So we're not, yeah. So this is why you come to Atheist Republic, okay? Because everybody else that covers this is going to get this wrong, okay? Watch me go through this video, which is by an Islamic channel, Sense Islam, and watch me have the only correct take on this, okay? That's why you come here. Nobody else has any correct takes on any of this, okay? Yes, thank you for the Guru Armin. Thank you, Saha, Guru Armin. Yes, exactly, Guru Armin, okay? Yes, we sell facts, exactly. The truth, facts, yes. But also, what facts? The facts that get highest number of people. We sell the ideas here that are responsible for progress. We're on the side of progress, right? We're not selling Islam. We're not selling you bigotry. We are objectively analyzing the information. And we also get it wrong sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. And you guys call me out. I get it right 98.4% of the time. I get things right. Okay? And the parts that I don't get right, you guys call me out. But usually I'm right and you're wrong, even when you do call me out. So it's okay. It's okay. Not everybody could be as good as me. Okay. Don't worry. Don't be so upset about it. Okay. Anyways, let's watch this video.
Ja. Und die zwei.
Oh wait. So Ibrahim said something. Ibrahim said something that Pyra agrees with. So I need to. Ibrahim is saying the Turks are getting credit from it, not Islam. It canceled itself. Okay, actually, it really depends on who's like. We'll see. Okay, hold on. So let's see what happened here. Okay, all right. So this is subtitle. So unfortunately, I have to read it. We screamed, "He's lying! He's lying there! Help him! Help him up!" Okay.
Hebt ihn hoch, ja. Und die zwei Wegerbeamten, die waren über ihn.
And the two WEGA officers, they were above him.
Die haben sich eigentlich auch auf ihn hingelegt, dass sie.
They were lying on top of him so they wouldn't be hurt.
Dass ihnen nichts passiert, ja, also. Aber die waren auch schockiert. Wir waren auch.
But they were also shocked.
Irgendwie schockiert, ja, aber.
We were kind of shocked too. We shouted, "Help him! Help him!"
Wir haben geschrien, hilft's ihm, ja, und der Rettungswagen.
The ambulance paramedics were standing over there, but they didn't dare. We looked at each other and just ran over. What the hell, man? Okay, think about it. Think about it like you're in the streets, and you see people being shot, and you see even the paramedics are like shocked. You're seeing the police is shocked, and nobody like crazy, like people are running away trying for safety, and these guys are like, oh yeah, let's run towards the danger because people need help. I mean, be honest with me in the lifetime. Would you do anything like that? Would you do anything like that? Would you run towards danger, like when everybody is trying to running for safety? Would you run in the opposite direction because some people need help? Would any of you do that? No one is saying, Armin, I say you're right about 82.7% of the time. Well, that's because you're wrong 17.3% of the time, no one. Yes, you would, rhetoricals? Amani is saying no. Probably yes. Are you guys sure? Wow, if you guys are being honest, and you guys are extremely brave, yeah.
Hilft sie mehr, um die
We were kind of shocked too. We shouted, help him, help him.
Der Rettungswagen, die
Oh yeah,
Sanitäter
we already
standen
got.
dort, aber sie haben sich auch nicht
Oh, we looked at each other and just
getraut.
ran over.
Wir haben das
We did what was necessary.
getan, was nötig war. Ja.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I hope you are
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi iblis wa barakatuh.
well. Two Muslim men of Turkish descent saved the lives of a police officer and two women during the Monday night attack in Vienna. Rajab Tayyip Gultekin and Mikhail Ozin risked their lives to rescue a police officer and two women. Turkey's Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu also praised Gultekin and Ozin's actions.
Recep Tayyip
Aryan is saying no. They have balls of steel, though. Knuckleheads? Is that an insult? Yes, exactly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi iblis wa barakatuh. Exactly. By the way, guys, how many anti-Islam channels shows this side of the story to you? How many Islamic channels show anti-Islam activists being fair to them and showing both sides, right? Everybody has something to hide. Everybody has something to hide. People are lying to you, okay? This is why, how you know that the other content creators are trying to brainwash you, okay? They're trying to give you propaganda, okay? Not all of them, okay? A few of them are like us, okay? But this is how you know that we are here for, we're not hiding. I'm not just giving you the information that makes us seem correct and everybody else seem like, ooh, boogie, oh, be scared of these people. Like, oh my God, I'm not doing that, right? I am so fair. I respect you so much that I have to show you different takes from different sides, even if yeah. So see, this is why you come here to Atheist Republic.
Gültekin
Two of our citizens, okay. So Turkey is trying to take credit for it. This is at a time that Turkey doesn't know, like, should we play the Muslim angle or the Turkish angle, okay? Because see, this is the challenge between that Iran and Turkey have at the same time, right? So, there are situations where Iran's government doesn't play the Islam angle, because it's more in their benefit to play the Shia anti-Sunni angle if something is Shia, right? So Turkey sometimes plays the Muslim angle, but I think here they would be like, what the hell? We're not sharing this with the rest of the Muslim world. These people were Turkish, okay? Forget Islam, forget Muslim. These people, we're not like this. If they were Muslim, they would be like, yes, of course they belong to us because they're Muslim and we're Muslim. But if they're Turkish, they're like, we're not sharing this with the rest of the Muslim world. We're going to focus on the fact that they were Turkish citizens. That's how this works, by the way, I think. Sriram is saying propaganda can only be challenged by propaganda. Truth is just a tool, and perception is using that tool to achieve goal according to Moses. I don't know what you just said, but okay.
ve Mikhail
Okay, apparently Freevo is an actually Muslim. He's not a troll. He's actually yelling jihadi stuff here in the live chat. Freevo is saying that is why Islam is the fastest growing religion. Everyone loves peace, and soon you will also learn. That's it's amazing how you could use the word peace and sound like you're threatening us at the same time. This is very Islam. This has such an Islamic taste to it. When people talk about peace, but it still sounds like a threat. That's a uniquely Islamic.
Özer canlarını hiçe sayarak dün akşam teröristlere müdahale etti ve terör saldırısı mağdurları.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to read subtitles. I forgot. Sorry. Two of our citizens, this guy and that guy. Okay, let me read their names. They deserve their name. Even though I'm gonna screw their names, I guess I have to read them because they were heroes and stuff. Recap Tayyip Gultekin and Mikhail Ozin interfered with the terrorists last night. I guess
Canların
we're just the word terrorist has been mentioned so many times. I might as well just say it.
sayarak dün akşam teröristlere müdahale etti ve
By disregarding their own lives and help the victims of the terror attack.
terör saldırısı mağdurlarına da yardım ettiler. Bir tanesi
One of them, our brother Recep Tayyip, was wounded in his foot.
Recep Tayyip kardeşimiz ayağından yaralandı. Bu sabah
We spoke to him by phone this morning.
kendileriyle telefonda görüştük. Kendilerinin
As they also said, our two brothers did what a Turk and a Muslim. Oh, they're doing both. They're doing a double take. They're doing a double take. A Turk and a Muslim should do.
de söylediği gibi
Okay, so I was wrong. They did touch on the Muslim part as well, but obviously Turk first.
iki kardeşimiz bir insanın, bir Müslümanın ve bir Türk'ün yapması gerekeni yaptılar.
saying that
Okay, so these are the heroes saying that he lives. Oh wait,
lives-
this is English. I don't need to read it. He's reading it.
saying that he lives in Austria and makes his living here. Gultekin said, "The police who were injured were my police. The people injured were my people."
Yes, this is what I like to hear. Like, yes, not Muslim versus not Muslim. This is my police. Those are my police. I am Austrian, and that's an Austrian police, and that is my police. Love it, love it. I hope French Muslims feel like French police is their police as well one day. More of them at least.
I give my condolences to the Austrian state and hope the injured people make a quick recovery. He added, if the same thing happens tomorrow, I wouldn't hesitate to save people. I don't want to see discrimination between Muslims, Jews, or Christians. Terror has
Please include us as well. Why are we not included? I don't want to see discrimination between Muslims, Jews, or Christians. Why are we not included? I'm triggered. I'm sad. Why we're always left out? Oh, any Hindus in the live chat? It's okay. It's okay. You're heroes. It's okay. I'm not gonna be too upset.
or Christians. Terror has no place in these religions.
Okay, you're wrong, but guys, here's the thing. This is a good moment to learn something, okay? This is the time to learn not to get so butthurt over somebody being wrong, okay? So you see somebody has sacrificed their life to save their fellow human beings, right? And they're wrong about their religions. So terror has no place in these religions. Obviously it does, okay? But are we really going to get butthurt over somebody just being wrong about something? Especially when they're heroes? This is a good moment to learn that being wrong is not that big of a deal. We could be like, oh, you're wrong. It's okay. I still like you. You're still a good person. I love you. You could be like, you're just wrong. Okay, so we need to be chill. I mean, I don't chill because I'm live streaming and I'm like, I get to... Okay, when you're talking to them directly, just chill, okay? It's okay to vent when we're here and when they're not here. We could vent to each other because we do need to vent, okay? So I just changed my opinion, okay? I just realized that I yell at people's moronic takes all the time. I was telling you guys to chill, even though I'm the last person that has that should tell people to chill about people being morons, okay? All I do is yell at people's moronic takes, and I'm telling you guys to chill. It's okay for other people to be wrong, okay? So I just realized that I was being such a hypocrite, okay? But okay, fine. I'm changing. See, I'm changing this in real time, okay? Do not chill. Chill if they're in front, if they're present, okay? If you're having like a human-to-human connection with somebody, we could vent here with each other and be like yell at people's moronic takes, okay? But when you're interacting with people, if they're being morons, forgive them for being morons, okay? Maybe once they're not there, then we could start yelling at each other about how because we need therapy, okay? We need to be like, how could people be this stupid, okay? But we also have to remind each other that many good people are stupid, okay? It's okay. Many people, good people, and we have stupid takes. We have moronic takes, okay? So when you see good people have moronic takes and you want to like lash out at them, just remind yourself like, hey, I probably have moronic takes, okay? I probably have a lot of moronic takes, okay? That probably frustrates a lot of people that know better than me, okay? That's how you make, you're like, okay, that's stupid, but it's okay. People can have moronic takes. I can accept them for having moronic takes. I'm still gonna vent with my friends over their moronic takes, but I forgive them. They're good people, okay? This is how it works. I think we're learning from each other here, okay? Terror has no place in these religions. Terror is always terror everywhere. Yeah, but religions are used to spread terror. Okay, so here's the thing. What I feel so saddened by is how these religions which are responsible for spreading misery and terror are now getting the credit for the actions of two individuals that are good people and they're heroes and they're brave regardless of their religion, independent from the religion. Okay? These two heroes were Muslim, and the terrorist attacker was also a Muslim. Guess who was actually being true to Islam? It was obviously the terrorists, right? It's obviously the terrorists. The terrorist was being true to Islam. These two people, even though they are Muslim by name, even though they're nominally Muslim, they're just good people in spite of Islam, not because of Islam. Okay? They sacrificed their own lives for kafirs. Okay? So this is definitely not Islamic. Space Maze is saying, Armin, do you think these people are lying and they know that their religion has everything to do with terror, or are they actually just clueless? I'm pretty sure they're just clueless. Most Muslims are clueless about Islam, just like most Christians are clueless about Christianity, just like most Jews are clueless about Judaism, and everyone else in their religion. How many Muslims do you think have actually read the Quran? Very small number of them, okay?
Terror is always terror, everywhere. MashaAllah, indeed, correctly said by Brother Gultekin. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has also praised
Somebody's clapping. Thank you so much, Exodus 21 verses 20.
Gultekin and Ozan for their heroic actions during this incident.
Okay, so he's like, yes, we need to milk this. These were Turks. We need to milk this as much as possible, right? He's like, look at this. Everybody is like going after the Prophet and insulting Islam, and like blaming Islam for terror attacks. We have a bunch of Muslim Turks now that are heroes. We need to we need to milk this as much as possible.
Noting that Muslims in Austria have faced lots of difficulties, Erdogan said,
Wait, Muslims in Austria have faced a lot of difficulties? What does this got to do with the attack? God damn it. You have like a terror attack on some non-Muslims and they're killed, and you're talking about Muslims in Austria have faced a lot of difficulty. Way, Erdogan, way to ruin a good moment, actually. Like some heroes, no, actually not a good moment. It was, God damn it. Way to ruin these two people, three people's acts of heroism. I know that you have suffered seriously in Austria from time to time. What are you talking about? They were proud to be Austrian. They were happy to be Austrian. It seemed to me like they were okay. They were like, they didn't. Yeah, you're just. I think like, I don't know, guys. It seemed like he's like, oh, Muslims in Austria, you guys suffered. That guy seemed to be like proud Austrian. I don't know. I mean, is he just trying to shift the narrative to something else?
Çok ciddi sıkıntılar çektiniz.
Yeah. I know. Okay, sorry, I was trying to pay attention to the live chat.
Hala da çok ciddi sıkıntılar çekiyorsunuz. Ve Müslüman olmaktan başka onlar
Okay, you still have very serious problems. To them, you have no sin other than being a Muslim. What are you talking about? They were being celebrated in Austria for this act of heroism. Like what are you talking about? Why are you shifting everything? You still have very serious problems. To them, you have no sin other than being a Muslim. They were being celebrated in Austria for being heroes. What are you talking about? You just have to change everything to fit your narrative. God damn it.
Nezdindesiniz hiçbir
Am I getting this wrong? Yeah, so Aryan is saying it's propaganda, Armin. What the hell do you expect? Sorry.
günahınız yok. Ama bizim için
But for us, being a Muslim is the most important source of pride. God damn it. Look at this human to human connection that he's like turning about as Muslim versus. You have some Muslims who at a moment that they were needed, completely ignored. Like, it wasn't about Islam, it wasn't about Muslims. It was like, we're like, these humans are suffering and they need our help. We had like a humanist connection from between two people and other human beings that were in pain and misery, and they just ran towards it and they like helped them out. And this motherfucker Erdogan is like, oh, being a Muslim is the most important source of pride. What has this got to do with Muslim and Islam? What has this got to do with anything? Like just congratulate them for being heroes or something like that. They were like, oh, we're proud. Way to make this into something that has nothing to do with what happened. Hey, Erdogan, here, let me tell you, this is what you do, okay? You pick the phone and we're like, oh my God, you guys are heroes. You guys are so brave. Oh wait, it's a smartphone, so you go like this, and you're like, you guys, we're so proud of you. Don't be like, being a Muslim is the most important source of our pride. Just be like, we're proud of you. You are our citizens, and you do such a great job, and we're so proud that you are our citizens. That's it. Okay. What are you turning this into? Way to take the credit away from the individuals and give it to a whole ideology as a whole. Okay, this is Muslims stealing the credit from the two individuals that are actually responsible for what happened. That's what's happening, okay? People that were not brave enough, people that were not there to help, a lot of people that wouldn't have helped are sitting there and like, hey, look at those two heroes. How could I take credit for the act of sacrifice that they did? Oh, I get it. They're Muslim, I'm Muslim. So yay to us! Yay to us, even though I was sitting right here and I didn't do anything, but somehow I'm involved because this is glorifying my religion. This is your brain on collectivism, okay? This is how the same people who shame an entire group of people for the actions of some feel free to take credit for the actions of other people that was not them. By the way, guys, why does it work one way and not the other way, right? Why is it that if these people, if you're Muslim and these heroes were Muslim, if you want to take credit, if you be like, oh, look, glorifying, like, who's this guy here? Frivo, who's also like, yeah, this is Islam, in the live chat. Why is it that if they get to take credit for these heroes, for the actions of these heroes, why do they then go to other people and say that, oh, these terrorists, these Muslim terrorists, you cannot use that as a way to say Islam is bad, okay? Here's the thing, we're consistent here, okay? We here at the Atheist Republic are consistent. When there's a terror attack, we say, like, okay, these individuals do not reflect the vast majority of Muslims. But we're consistent in the other way as well. When there's a Muslim that does something great, we're like, yes, these people, these individuals are amazing people. Thank you so much, that you individual one and individual two, okay? So we don't like, oh yes, Muslim community, look at these two people, also great, congratulations to the entire Muslim world. We don't do that, okay? We're consistent here. But look at people, everybody is tribal. Everybody, well, not everybody, most other people are tribal. They're like, oh yeah, the French this, the French that, but oh, if you generalize Muslims, then you're a bigot. Oh, these Muslims that this thing here that we don't like doesn't represent us, but this Muslim here that we like, oh yeah, see how great Muslims are. Okay, this is see, we here at Atheist Republic, we believe in individualism rather than collectivism.
de Müslüman olmak en önemli iftihar vesilesi. Terörle
For one thing, we have fought the biggest fight against terrorism, and we continue to do so.
terörist
I mean, don't let me go right now. I don't have the energy to go over Turkey's foreign policy in Libya, in Syria, and all around the Mediterranean Sea and everywhere else. So yeah, and also in Azerbaijan. Again, what is terrorism and what's anti-terrorism? It really depends on whose side you are.
bizimle bir defa en büyük mücadeleyi biz verdik.
Look at this. He's making this about himself. Like, hey, you guys did an act of heroism. Let me find a way to congratulate ourselves for our foreign policy. Oh God, like this should be somehow about me, right? Like you guys just sacrificed your lives, something I would never do. But let me call you, and instead of congratulating you and telling you how proud I am of you guys, let me somehow make this about how Turkey been doing so good at foreign policy.
Devam ediyoruz.
Katie is saying nationalism is fucking moronic. LMAO, yes. Oh wait, Aryan is saying this is common thing in the Islamic world. In one debate, Mehdi Hassan was taking credit for Islam because a Muslim philosopher invented scientific streams of thought and algorithm. Yes. But again, if somebody does something they don't like, oh, that's not it. Ooh, no, that's not. Why are you generalizing? You're like, why are you generalizing?
Speaking at a news conference in Vienna, Interior Minister Karl Nehammer said,
Hold on, where's it? Darko is saying Europe has no issues with indigenous Muslims. Mind blown. Speaking at the news conference, in Vienna, Interior Minister Karl somebody said the assailant, what?
Said the assailant, who was killed in a police operation last night after the attack, was a sympathizer of the ISIS terror group. Now, brothers and sisters, one huge misconception that I want to clear about the terror group mentioned here is that ISIS doesn't represent Islam.
Don't open my mouth right now. Guys, do we even need to go there? The ISIS has nothing to do with Islam. Kind of crap. Yeah, sure, buddy.
In fact, it is the real enemy of Islam.
Actually, I agree with this. In fact, it's the real enemy of Islam because it has exposed Islam for what it truly stands for. Yeah, actually, you're right. ISIS is the enemy of Islam. So many Muslims. Guys, he's right about this part, okay? There are so many Muslims that believe that ISIS doesn't represent Islam. And when at the height of ISIS, they actually went to do research to see if ISIS represents Islam. And they discovered that, oh shit, it does. And they left Islam. Okay, there are so many people that are ex-Muslims that they have ISIS to thank for them being ex-Muslims because they actually went and looked at Islam to see if it actually agrees with those values, and they were like read verses for the first time and hadiths for the first time, and they were horrified and they left Islam. So in that aspect, yes, ISIS is the enemy of Islam. Because it exposes Islam. By the way, I don't know why I'm saying ISIS, given though this video itself keeps saying ISIS. I don't know if it mattered. I don't know, guys. I don't know the rules. It's so hard. The rule. YouTube, what do you want? YouTube, guys, what do you want? Like maybe send out like a Bible or something we could read. Your community standards doesn't make any sense. It is said that every terror attack by the ISIS only fuels the existing trends of Islamophobia.
It is sad that every
Oh, it is
terror
sad.
attack by the ISIS only fuels the existing trend of Islamophobia.
But you mean anti-Muslim bigotry, but whatever.
The ISIS are not Islamic and they are not state. Their actions
They're not states, but they're definitely Islamic. I mean, come on. Do I even need to get into that? We're not gonna get into that. We have been talking about this for like a decade now. Yes, it's definitely Islamic. It used to be a state. It's not a state anymore.
have absolutely no basis in anything written
What are you talking? Their action. Oh my God, this is so like 10 years ago. This is like a decade ago, right? The actions have absolutely no basis in anything written in the Quran. Yeah, maybe you haven't read the Quran then.
in Quran. What they believe have no resemblance whatsoever to the belief of more than billions of Muslims all over the world.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. You know how this is not a contradiction? Okay, so he says, I believe. So he said, where is he? What they believe. The statement before it is their actions have absolutely no basis in anything written in the Quran. That is complete bullshit. That is horse crap, okay? That is obviously bullshit, okay? So it is definitely in accordance with the Quran. In fact, most of them know the Quran way better than you idiots. But the second statement is completely true, okay? So it is definitely based in the Quran.
Have absolutely no basis in anything written in Quran.
So this is
What
wrong.
they believe
And now this statement, what they believe have no resemblance whatsoever to the belief of more than billions of Muslims all over the world. That is absolutely true. And that is not a contradiction. You know why? Do you know why? Because what Quran teaches, the values that Quran teaches, has very little resemblance whatsoever to the values of more than billions of Muslims all over the world. I'm sorry, that's true. I know you guys, some people here that you disagree, but just like most Christians have superior values to Christianity, most Muslims also have superior values to Islam. Most Muslims are better than Islam. The vast majority of Muslims are better than Islam. Aryan is saying, I hate ISIS, but... Why are you saying but with two T's? But on a good note, I don't know if you should say that. As a defense analyst, those guys really revolutionized... What? What are you talking about? Don't say this. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. I'm scared of reading that whole thing because it might get us banned or something. I don't know if you're saying. Aryan is saying, I agree. Yes, true.
have no resemblance whatsoever to the belief of more than billions of Muslims all over the world. If you look at Muslims who carry out terror activities in different countries, you will observe that most of them are not motivated by Islam at all.
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about? That's the only common factor between them. The only common factor between them is Islam.
Many of the attackers are not actually practicing Muslims.
Okay, many of them are, many of them aren't. The ones who aren't don't even need to be practicing Muslims, because if you become a murderer, all your sins are going to be forgiven. You know, some of them, like, some people are like, oh, look at these people. They were like, they went and became a martyr, and before it, they just went to a strip club and they were drinking alcohol. Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Once you become a martyr, I mean, that seems like the most logical thing to do. Like, if I die for Islam, I'm going to go to heaven anyways. All my sins are going to be forgiven. Might as well go to a strip club. It makes complete sense. Yeah, Islam has nothing to do with Islam, exactly. He's at least more reasonable than Daniel Hayraju, who says that it is a Western conspiracy. I don't know. I think Daniel Hayraju I don't know what you're talking about, but Daniel Hayraju is very consistent when it comes to his Islamic logic. I mean, the only thing he's getting wrong is the fact that there is no Allah. But if there was Allah, and if there was a God, he's one of the most consistent people out there. Aryan is saying, from where did you get the rainbow Quran? I got it from eBay. Oh, you guys are seeing my rainbow Quran in the background? Guys, keep your questions on about the video that we're reviewing.
They absolutely have no knowledge about Islam, and henceforth
they have absolute. Okay, that's it's amazing how you make an absolutist claim, and for us to detect that it's an absolutist claim, for us to detect that, you made it very easy for us because you actually use the word absolute in your statement. All right. Sometimes when people make absolutist statements, it's hard for us to take. I caught your absolute statement. You made an absolute statement here. Oh, you're what? Okay, but this guy just made it easy for us because he actually used the word absolutely in his absolutist statement. Okay, so they absolutely have no knowledge about Islam. Really? Are you serious? Like, do you want to bet money on that? I'm pretty sure you don't because you're a Muslim. But if you were a betting man, you would lose a lot of money. It's good that you're not a betting man, but because you would be broke by now. But no, like, are you serious? Do you really think? Do you know how many ISIS members they know the Quran and the Hadith by heart? Not all of them, but a lot of them do. A lot of them do. You know, it's easy for you to be proven wrong if you're just making it's so easy to be right if you say like many or not most or some, then it's hard to prove you wrong. But if you make it like 100% statement like this, then you are so easily disproven.
Be linked with Islam or as Muslims. Now, one more thing that I
The leader had an PhD in Islamic studies, but it's not just him. A lot of the members, they just were Hafiz, or they knew the Hadith, they knew the different Islamic school, and some of them didn't. To be fair, a lot of them were clueless. Again, I'm not gonna claim that they absolutely know everything about Islam. A lot of them couldn't even recite the Fatah, but a lot of them were also experts. Again, it's not black and white.
would like to highlight is all the media agencies that covered the Vienna attack news emphasized on congratulating two Austrian brave men of Turkish descent.
Oh, so he's saying the media was biased because they didn't mention that these heroes were Muslim. They mentioned that they were Turkish. They were men of Turkish descent. I mean, if they only mentioned that they were Muslim, would the Turks be complaining about the fact that they're only mentioning that they're Muslim but not Turkish? Okay, so he's saying, but they left out the religion of the two men who were actually Muslims, the ones who saved non-Muslims. Well, did they shout Allahu Akbar when they were saving the non-Muslims, or were they just doing it because they were human? Okay, like I don't. Do you really want? Okay, so here's the thing. If you want people every time a Muslim does something, for them to be congratulated and be the fact that they're Muslim to be given credit for that, like, what you have to see what the motivation was behind the action. Did they claim that they were doing this because they were Muslim? Because if they didn't, then why would you mention that they're Muslim and not mention that they are, I don't know, have brown hair, or like, did they have any other philosophy? Like, it was the fact that they were Muslim a factor in the actions that they took? If not, then you shouldn't include it, right? Let me give you an example, okay? There is no double standard happening here, okay? If a Muslim, for example, robs a bank, and the fact that they're Muslim had nothing to do with them robbing a bank, then if you put in the title that, there was an Islamic, robbery, then I would be like, why were you calling it an Islamic robbery? Yes, they were Muslim, but they were not robbing the bank because they're Muslim. They were just thieves. Okay? So in that situation, if you say like, an Islamic bank robbery, I would be calling foul. I would be like, yeah, no, that's wrong. You guys are just like trying to promote generalization. Like, yeah, I can see what you're doing. You're fear-mongering. This bank robbery had nothing to do with Islam. Even if the robbers were Muslims, this bank robbery had nothing to do with Islam. But if you do a terrorist attack and you're doing it in the name of Islam, then that's an Islamic terror attack. Okay? So see how consistent, this is how you need to be consistent. Okay? So if these Muslims were like, let's say there were some Muslims who are doing charity in the name of Islam. They're like, oh, we're doing charity, we're doing an Islamic charity. You could be like, oh, there's an Islamic charity. Like they're feeding the homeless in the name of Islam. So if you call it like a Islamic charity, even though I would say like they deserve credit because of being good people, I would hope that they would do the same thing even if they were a Muslim. I would say they deserve credit individually, but I wouldn't call it unfair to say that this is an Islamic homeless feeding campaign, okay? Because they're doing it in the name of Islam, okay? That title would make sense to me, right? But if they're Muslims, like what? Like if a Muslim all of a sudden, like if I'm doing like in university and like somebody's helping me with my homework, I'm like, oh, there was Islam help, like because the guy is Muslim, do I need to give credit to Islam because of that? If I lose my wallet and somebody comes and gives it back to me, and I without taking any money from my wallet, and I realize they're Muslim, do I have to thank Islam for that? If I go to my Muslim friend's house and his mom is like cooking and the food is great, amazing, do I have to be like, what an amazing Islamic, thank Islam for the food? Like, no, like you thank the person who did this for you, unless they say like, oh yeah, I did this, I fed you because Islam teaches me that I need to take care of my guests, or like, okay, I guess like fine, call this an Islamic act or whatever, right? It just I think, I don't know if I'm making any sense, right? Do you guys get it? Like, I think we're being consistent here, okay? These people did not do this because they're Muslim. Did they say they did this because they're Muslim? I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that they were Muslim. I think they were just good human beings. So putting the Muslim in the title and saying like, oh yeah, they mentioned... First of all, thank you for admitting that this was covered, by the way, because most of the time we complain that there's no coverage of Muslims doing good things. So you're admitting here, look, Reuters, so they're mentioning that this happened, right? So there's that. So that's an admission here. Let me see what you guys are saying. Wait, I can't see. The recluse is saying, but don't you think the media is being a bit biased when they leave out this detail? I don't think so. Why would the fact that they're Muslim matter? I mean, it matters to us because we're activists. Okay, let me clarify. As a news organization, I think if you're not doing activism, then the fact that they're Muslims is irrelevant. Okay? Here, the fact that they're Muslim for us is relevant because we're trying to fight overgeneralization. We're also trying to fight fear-mongering against an entire group of people. We're trying to fight bigotry, right? We're trying to fight Islam, but also remind people that Islam doesn't mean Muslims are all scary. So it matters to us. But we're not just reporting the news. We're actually doing activism here, okay? But if this was a news agency and I mentioned that they were Muslim, then I'm not reporting the news to you guys. I'm doing activism, right? If what they did had nothing to do with them being Muslim, and as a news agency I mentioned to you guys that they're Muslim, then I'm not a news agency. I'm an activist website. I think it's fair for us to highlight that. I think it's even fair for Sense Islam to highlight that. But don't pretend that you're a news agency if you highlight the fact that they're Muslim if their actions had nothing to do with Islam. Pyro is saying the article that I read started with Muslim man saves lives of policeman during terror attack. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy is like not going to highlight the ones. Like he's highlighting the ones that didn't mention Muslim, but yeah, but I actually did a search. We'll see. I'm pretty sure there's some that mention that they're Muslim. But I think the ones that are mentioning that they're Muslim, they're not reporting the news. They're doing activism. Again, the terrorist attacker, because he did it in the name of Islam, if they don't mention Islam, they're also doing activism. Okay? I'm not being inconsistent. People may be like, oh, Armin, so you think it's fair if the terrorist attack is mentioned that it was Islamic, but if they mention that these two men are Muslim, that's not fair? Oh, you're being a hypocrite. You're being inconsistent. No, I'm not. I'm not being inconsistent. If there was a bank robbery by Muslims and it had nothing to do with Islam, then it would be unfair to call it an Islamic bank robbery. Okay? And if it was a charity that was being done in the name of like promoting Islam and they didn't call it an Islamic charity for feeding homeless people, I think it would be unfair not to call it an Islamic charity drive. Okay? I'm not being inconsistent. I think in this situation, the title should mention for the terror attack that this was an Islamic terror attack, and it should not mention for these two heroes that they were. The title should not mention. If you're a news agency, the title should not mention that these two men were Muslim, unless it was covering the reactions, like it was analyzing the conversations around the fact that these people were Muslim or something like that. But
but left out the religion of the two men who were actually Muslims, the ones who saved non-Muslims. There's not one agency which titled the news as two.
There is not one agency which titled the news as two Muslim Turkish men. Guys, you see how, okay, Sense Islam, you look at it. You guys have 388,000 subscribers, and you guys haven't got this right. Let me give you a tip. It's really easy to prove you wrong if you make absolute statements like this. You can make it very difficult for people like me to prove you wrong if you just change that to like there are very few agencies which titled the news as two Muslims. You're saying there's not one? You know how easy it is in a matter of seconds for me to prove you wrong? Just say very few. Don't say there's not one. I would be like, you completely will ruin my attempt to prove you wrong if you just say there's very few. How hard it is to not make absolute statements like that. Just say there's very few. It's easy, and your fans are not gonna be like upset because they're gonna see like, hey, they're gonna be as angry if you say like there's very few agencies. They're gonna be almost as angry as you saying there's not one. Okay, so if you want to make people angry, you're not gonna lose much on anger. Okay, you're gonna get the same level of angry people, but you're also gonna make it very hard for me to prove you wrong.
Two Muslim.
This is a free tip for you guys.
Men. Brothers and sisters, we all know that media is quick to call out Muslims, and Muslims always get a bad press. In this
always get a bad press. See, again, absolute statements. Say again, another tip for you guys. Like, the Muslims always get a bad press. Say usually get a bad press. Again, it will be so difficult for me to challenge your narrative if you say usually instead of always.
Press. In this case, the press played hypocrisy and did not headline the news mentioning the religion of the two men like it headlines for other religions. The press agencies are the first to shame out Islam and Muslims.
Yeah, okay. See, Vienna attack, arrest made after 4 killed in Islamic. Okay, so Islamic terror attack. So even maybe he doesn't understand that these news agencies are actually trying to help you out, okay? Because they're using this new word Islamist instead of Islamic because they don't want to. They're trying to help you out by saying, "Oh, this might not have been Islamic, but it was Islamist." But even this is not satisfying you guys because you don't understand.
If any terror,
because they have to say something Islam, or else they're gonna look really bad if they don't even mention Islam at all. But they're like trying to like sugarcoat it by not saying Islamic. But you guys don't get it, that they can't actually not even mention Islam. That would make them really look bad.
Attack happens, but these same agencies will never call out Christianity or Hinduism or never headline the news criticizing the religion if a non-Muslim conducts an act of terrorism.
Dude, if a non-Muslim okay, here's the thing. Here, actually he's giving us an example, okay?
Like the
Christchurch shooter, okay? The Christchurch shooter, that's a perfect example. The Christchurch shooter, if he did his attack, yes, he was a Christian, but was his attack in the name of Christianity? No, it was in the name of low melanin supreme sandwichery. Okay? I'm just saying, I don't know what to say. You know what I'm talking about, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? It was in the name of that. I bet you have no idea how many people would love to call it a Christian terror attack if he did those things in the name of Christianity. People would be jumping. Okay, let me tell you. So Islamic, what is this channel? Sense Islam? Let me educate you about the drama between atheist communities, okay? The ex-Christian atheist community is jealous, some of them, not all, are jealous of the ex-Muslim Christian community, atheist community. So let me say this one more time. The ex-Christian atheist community sometimes get jealous of the ex-Muslim atheist community because they think like the ex-Muslims have more to complain about than they feel like, why are they getting so much attention? Because their religion that they came out of seems a lot more horrible than the religion that we came out of, okay? They seem like, oh, Christianity is just as bad. Oh, we suffered as well. Oh, no, the Republicans, if they were in power, they would execute gays as well. Like a lot of them are like, I wish Christianity was like as evil as Islam, because like people feel like it seems like the ex-Muslim atheists are getting extra brownie points for leaving Islam than the ex-Christian atheists, okay? They're like, guys, we suffered too, okay? We suffered as well. Come on, let me tell you my stories, okay? Okay, so they feel like the ex-Christians, atheists, sometimes they feel a little bit left out, okay? So I'm telling you, if they ever see somebody commit any terrorist attack in the name of Christianity, they will jump on that within half a second. They will be like, Christian terrorism. Hey, everybody, look, we have terrorists in Christianity. This will be like, trust me, they will like be on top of that, okay? They would not hesitate to show to the whole world they're Christian terrorists, okay? They were when this Christchurch shooter, when he did this, they were going through his like documents. What is it? This manifesto. They were like, please come on, please say like this was for Jesus. Come on, please. They were like reading this up and down. They were looking for any mention of Jesus anywhere. Okay, the only thing they had was the guy was Christian. Everything else was like, I don't know, like mostly like, right-wing crazy stuff, okay? So, yeah. So, let me tell you that, so you're wrong about that, okay? So if they could blame it on Christianity, they would blame it on Christianity. When it comes to Hinduism, are you fucking serious? Are you serious? Do you really think people are not blaming? Wait, what is this? Are you really thinking, hold on, let me see. Let's go back to Hinduism, okay? But these same agencies will never call out Christians or Hinduism. Hinduism in their headlines and criticizing the religion. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Have you not seen the news articles on cow vigilantes, on far-right Hindutva, Hindu nationalism, the rise of authoritarianism? Have you not seen those articles after news? Like, are you guys like, what? This is, yeah, Darka is like exactly Darka. This is just too easy. Katie is saying, as an ex-Hindu atheist, I'm jealous of how close the ex-Muslim atheist community is. Aww. Don't worry, Katie. Once we grow enough, we're gonna have a lot of infighting. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of drama. Okay, we're starting to grow enough to have some drama. As soon as our movement grows even more, it's gonna be like split. People are gonna split. There's gonna be drama. There's gonna be infighting. We just haven't grown enough yet. Every movement will have that at some point. Okay.
headline the news criticizing the religion.
Hold on. They think the Aryan is saying they think labeling an attack as terrorism makes it worse. Actually, that's a very good point, Aryan, because they don't understand that you could have a tiny, tiny attack that nobody died, that could be a terrorist attack based on the motivation, and you could have a giant attack that more than like 100 people died, and for it not to be an act of terror because of the motivation. People are like, oh, if you call it terrorism, that means like you're saying it's oh, it's so bad. Yeah, no, you could have like an act of a failed attempt that was an act of terror and nobody got hurt, and it could still be terrorism. And you could have like somebody just gunning people down left and right, and 200 people died, and the motivation of the guy was like nothing specifically political or religious, and it's not an act of terror. Okay, it's not based on how big the crime is that people label it terrorism. Again, these people just think like, oh, you're calling it terror because you're being unfair to Muslims. Again, calling it an act of terror is not to make it seem. Yeah,
if a non-Muslim conducts an act of terrorism, like the Christchurch attack in New Zealand, remember, no news was headlined with the term Christian, such double standards.
Yeah, but okay, so what do you guys want? There was a lot of news articles with the title of low melanin supreme sandwich terror attack. I don't know anymore.
Such double standards, right?
Such double standard, right? Yeah, sure.
Nevertheless, we are Muslims and we know our religion correctly. There's no place for violence, and indeed, that's the...
There's no place for violence. Come on, even Muslim apologists don't say that. You're like really going too far. There's no place for violence in Islam. There's no, and that's the beauty of it. There's no place for violence, and indeed that's the beauty of it. Okay, you're like on a different level, man. You're on a different level, because even the moderate, liberal, hippy-dippy Muslims who like play gymnastic arguments for defending Islam, they say yes, there is violence, but it's just for defense. You're like, you have like gone like full on like, this is like, this is the meme Islam has nothing to do with Islam meme. No place for violence at all. Come on.
Beauty of Islam. So what do you think of this video, guys? Let us know in the comment section below. Like and share this video if you want more.
All right, so let me actually show you guys, because before this video, actually, people tell Armin doesn't do any research before he does this video. Okay, so I searched for this guy's name to see what titles we get. So BBC didn't have said. So first of all, did they not at least mention like that this got coverage? Because I'm pretty sure they would have preferred that this didn't get any coverage, so they could complain about that it didn't get coverage. But it got a lot of these two heroes. They got a lot of coverage. Okay, so the first article says 3 men praised for helping emergency services. The second runner-up, when you just search in Google for the name of one of them, it says Vienna attack the Muslim heroes. Okay, to be fair, this is Al Jazeera. Okay. So you expect Al Jazeera to mention Muslim heroes, like, but it's like a major news agency, and it's the second runner-up based on Google's algorithm. So it's already like the Muslim heroes who saved lives. So yeah, the second like I didn't even have to go to the second or third page. You already have an article here. Here. There you go. You said not one news agency. Well, there you go. What do you want? I didn't even have to scroll that much down. Anyways. See how easy if you just said most, then I would be like, oh my god, yeah, I don't know if I could prove this guy right or wrong. Yeah, but you just like make me a job like this, easy. Easy to prove you wrong. You just make it too easy. Make it a bit challenging for us. Make it difficult for us to prove you wrong, okay? In any case, those heroes have a lot bigger balls than I will ever have in my lifetime, so they do deserve recognition and congratulations. So great job to those people. And guys, I'm going to say something a bit controversial, okay? Forgive me if you disagree with me, okay? Go easy on me. Go easy on me, okay? But the victims of these attacks, okay, guys, chill. Okay, if you disagree with me, just correct me in the live chat, okay? Okay? the victims, the harm from these attacks goes way beyond just the people who got killed. Way beyond. Obviously, that is the main and most urgent harm that we need to address. But how society responds to these attacks have consequences on more people's lives for decades to come, way beyond the immediate victims. Okay? So if you care about human misery as a whole, it's not just about the immediate victims. It's also about the adjustments and the responses and the narratives and the ideas that are being sold after and in reaction to these attacks. Okay? Remember, the people that died because of 9/11 were astronomically higher than the number of people that died in those buildings. The number of people that died in the buildings collapsing, those people were a fraction, a tiny fraction of the number of people who died because of those attacks. Okay? I'm telling you, enlightenment values, if they are threatened in response to these attacks, either because of Islam apologetics or because of fear-mongering and anti-Muslim bigotry who makes people abandon values for security, people who end up selling their rights and their freedom to feel a bit more secure. Okay? The consequences of giving up on these ideas in reaction to these attacks will cause a lot more misery for decades to come to the planet, not just to those countries. Okay? This is why we're here. This is why we're here, to help each other to promote the right reactions and the right takes, and to stand our ground. Do you know how when there's a stand our ground when it comes to defending these enlightenment values? Every time, when you're marching towards the enemy, or when the enemy is coming at you, the leader is telling you stand, and some people see the mob coming at them, the barbarians coming at them. Imagine yourself like you're in the Roman army, right? You see a giant, a huge number of barbarians running at you. Okay, so there's two different reactions. So the leader is telling you, the general is telling you to stand, hold your ground, don't move, and he's going to tell you exactly when to make the move. Okay. And some people are seeing them coming and they just run back, okay? And they're compromising the entire formation, okay? And some people get excited and they want to attack and they just charge. And they also they ruin the entire formation, okay? Some people cower in and some people give up their values. Some people think they need to go more aggressive, and they end up violating other people's rights in the name of defending enlightenment values. And some people say you need to park your principles. So don't give in to the people that say park your principles. Don't cower in, and don't go extra aggressive so you're selling your freedoms and your rights and promoting bigotry and xenophobia in the name of defending. You're betraying enlightenment values in the name of defending it. Those people that were supposed to hold their formation, when they charge, they think like they're defending Rome. They're not defending Rome. They're ruining the formation. Okay? We here at Atheist Republic, we stand our ground. We don't charge when we're not supposed to, and we don't run away. We don't park our principles. We steadfast. We stay here. We stay in formation. We know what the enlightenment values are, and we defend them consistently for everyone. All right. Idris is saying, well, I don't get this. That's why you tell them to wear turbans so they can't run away? I don't know. Is that a joke that I'm not getting? Dark is saying, I haven't seen any real anti-Muslim backlash. What are we talking about? Didn't you see the knife attacks in Paris? And probably more is coming soon. Unfortunately. Oh, Fatima. Yeah, Fatima liked it. Okay, I'm happy. If Fatima is happy, I know I did right. Oh, this guy liked it as well. Athanasia. Oh, so I was saying I sent for Guru Armin and Guru Armin. Thank you, guys. I really wish the emotes would show. Our emotes are so good. I was really sad that I can't. Okay, you know what? I can show it here. Look at this. This is our emotes. These are Guru Armin. Can you see? No. It's not showing. All right. General Armin. Yes. You guys joined the Armin. Oh, actually, this makes sense because Armin was a Roman general, but he betrayed Rome. Didn't Armin, the general? Yeah, never mind. Okay, actually, forget that. He betrayed Rome. So he joined. Armin joined Arminus. He joined the barbarians. Oh yeah, no, I'm not a good example. Forget that. I don't know. Never mind. Kraton is saying, you liar, this is not controversial, but very important point and very correct. Well, the reason why it might come off as controversial is like, here's how somebody could reframe what I'm saying. Like, Armin is saying the people who died in the streets, the people who are being beheaded, that's not as important as we winning the right ideas. Okay, so that's how it could be reframed as making what I said look really bad, right? So if you frame it like that, like, oh, Armin wants to win arguments instead of actually caring about the people who are paying with blood. So people who are actually dying, that's not his concern. His concern is to just like have the right narrative. So that's how it could. I just tried to do a good job at not making it sound like that, but that's if somebody wanted to be uncharitable, that's how they would do it. Batul is saying, I'm wondering if we can at all give a little bit of credit to Islam for the heroic action. Nope. Zero credit to Islam. Zero credit to Islam. Not even one bit. Not even 1% credit to Islam. Okay? Nothing. Nada. Okay? All the credit goes to the individuals. Zero credit goes to Islam. Yes, Arminus. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to betray you. Yes, Arminus was the general. Like you betrayed Islam. Armin, don't betray us. You guys are awesome. Those who protect the Ari and... well called Armin, I guess. Yeah, guys. Do not remind people what my name actually means. Armin going to betray Atheist Republic. Frederick is saying, you are no different than those biased medias. You speak only to selective people. R.I.P. democracy. Wow, I didn't know democracy was just relying on me. But I guess okay. That's why you are my favorite ex-Muslim. Thank you, MJ. Okay, I'm going to go. Armin betrayed Iran. Yes, I did. Armin might become a medical doctor, ? I don't know where you're getting that from. This Muslim guy saying, all will be Muslim, inshallah. Sure, buddy. Armin ki ma ki chut. Hey, Deborah is here. Yeah, I know Deborah is here. But it's just good to see you. Kraton is saying, fuck Islam. Yeah, inshallah, please. Fuck Islam. You never say about... Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I have videos about this. You know, guys, didn't I tell you not to make absolute statements? You see the never here? You see this never here? That's makes it an absolute statement. I just have to... you know how easy it is to prove you wrong? Just search Armin Navabi Judaism and you will be proven wrong. It's that easy. That's how stupid you are, because you make it easy for me to prove you wrong. Okay, I'm gonna go. Anything else that I missed? Let me use my phone. What if they had takbir before? Yeah, I guess if they did takbir before sacrificing, then I would be like, sure, I guess it was an Islamic act of hero. Oh, this guy keeps saying you never say about Jew. Zakir Naik is too hilarious to Steelman. All right, I'm going to go. Let me see. Afshin is saying, I think it would be fair to say also zero credit goes to atheism when theists just generally do good things. Yeah, I agree. I don't think atheism deserves any credit for any atheist doing good things. Atheism is just a lack of belief in God. It's not a moral philosophy. Do you consider yourself a pacifist? Nope. I think, okay, Croton is saying, I think you just cursed in Hindi. Ma is mother, so it was some kind of insult. Yeah, somebody was insulting me. I thought that was it. MJ is saying, Armin, I don't understand if feeding people is an important part of Sikhism. Why can't Sikhs feeding people be credited to the religion? Okay, here's the thing. That's a good question. And I'm going to end this with this question, okay? I hope that Sikhism doesn't deserve credit for their act of generosity. Because if Sikhism deserves credit in that situation, then the individuals don't. Because that means that they're following orders rather than being good people. Right? So it's either because of Sikhism or because of those people were just acting... they're just acting satisfying their sense of sympathy and their sense of kindness, okay? So usually what I say is like I try to be charitable and think that these people would be good people even without their religion. It could be wrong. I'm just being charitable by saying that I will assume that they are good people and they would do this without Sikhism, but it might not be true. The thing is that if you do give the credit to Sikhism, then I don't technically think they're good people, okay? Because they're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart. They're following orders. Okay? So yes, maybe Sikhism, in situations where Sikhism deserves credit, then the individuals are not being people. They're following orders. In those cases where individuals are doing this out of the kindness of their heart, then Sikhism does not deserve credit. Do you see how that works? And yes, there are situations where it's in between. Okay? It's not that black and white. But the more the religion deserves credit, the less the individual could be considered a good person, in my opinion, because they're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart. They're following it for either a reward in an afterlife or because God told them and they're following orders. Does that make sense? Okay, so Aryan is saying Sikhism is chill, no violence, and Jainism too. Well, they're still bullshit! They're still fucking bullshit. That's a low standard for if you're bullshit. If you say, hey, I believe in leprechauns, and my leprechauns don't ask me to behead anybody, I'm not going to be like, wow, so great. I'm so glad that you believe in leprechauns who are not asking you to behead anybody. I'm not going to be like, oh, what a great ideology. You believe in leprechauns who don't want you to kill anybody? Such a great idea. I'm going to be like, why the fuck do you believe in leprechauns, you moron? All right. Arya's like, sorry. It's okay. All right, I'm going to go. All right, guys. Please subscribe, guys, if you're new here. I don't understand why half of you watch these videos without subscribing. What the fuck are you doing?